To start, I would like you guys to introduce yourselves. My name is Marley. I'm 21 and I'm a student and I'm unemployed because I quit my job. Next.
My name is Shannon Bloomfield. I'm 45 and I'm currently employed as a Department of Health and Human Services child fostering liaison for Nines Foster Agency in West Valley City, Utah.
My name's Mia.
I'm Marley's mom.
My name's Mia. I'm Marley's sister. I am 19 years old, and right now I'm going to college.
Ooh, awesome. Okay,
Thanks.
so we're gonna be discussing a range of topics around the same ideas about religion and your childhood, like how your religious faith was involved in your childhood, and then how your parenting styles influenced your religious beliefs. So, my first question is, do you think, or let me change the first one to the second one. Okay. What type of parenting style did you have? And then I'll give you guys a little idea of the four main different types of parenting styles. So, the best one, in my opinion, is authoritative, provides reasons for equitable rules, and allows children to make their own decisions with boundaries. Lovingly supports children to achieve high expectations and creates a mutually respectful relationship where children learn to judge situations for themselves. Authoritarian is holding children to rigid issues without explanation or flexibility, coerces children's behavior by withholding approval, or using sarcasm and ridicule. Permissive is lackadaisical, inconsistent expectations and rules, overindulging in children in an effort to be liked or considered be a friend to your kids. And then prone to fostering impulsive, aggressive children who have low expectations of themselves. And then neglectful, absent or willfully uninvolved, provides little to no love, guidance, or nurture, indifferent to their child's physical and emotional needs, friends, or activities, leaves children with unmet needs, resulting in lower happiness levels and behavior problems. So my first question is, what type of parenting style did you believe you had? Whoever wants to go.
Can you repeat the first one again? The first two?
Yeah, the first two are the more positive ones. There's authoritative and then authoritarian. Authoritative is creates a
Forced you to go to church. One of your guys's connections isn't good.
Maybe I should turn my mic off just while I don't speak.
Great. Which one is the one closest to like you were forced to go to church in childhood?
Probably authoritarian.
Okay, mine's authoritarian.
Well, I didn't ask you what you think of it as churches. I asked you what you think it was in general from both parents.
I thought the question was which one did I experience as a child?
Yeah, but that question doesn't have anything to do with church.
Religion, right?
Yeah, but I asked you one question, not two questions. I just said, what type of parenting style did you think you had?
Did I have or did my parents have?
You.
Oh, me. Not authoritarian. What's the one that like I didn't like press religion on my children?
What about like permissive parenting?
You think permissive, Mia?
Is that where like they just like let you do whatever you want and like or like let you make your like I
Yeah,
don't
it's just
know.
inconsistent.
Could you please repeat what permissive parent?
Yeah, I would say inconsistent.
I wish I could like add a picture so you guys
Yeah.
can read it for yourself. So, mom, you think permissive too?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
I
do you,
mean, neglect isn't really, that's just, I think that's a really sensitive parenting style. So I'm not going to say neglect.
I think people have different definitions of neglect. Okay, do you think that your parenting style you received as a child impacted your development of faith? So like do you think that like because of like you had a permissive parenting style, like you weren't really like faithful or like you didn't really go to church? Like what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think for me, I think I never really had like a consistent parent who always pushed to go to church or like pushed to have faith and like confidence or whatever. So yeah, I think that the parenting style influenced my faith because I if I had a better parenting style, I think I would be like more faithful and more confident. And yeah.
What about you, mom?
I would say my parenting style didn't give you any confidence for faith.
I agree. But what about yourself?
Um, yeah, I would say my mom's parenting style contributed to my faith because I still have a little bit of it today.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay. I think that my parenting styles did influence my faith because or the development of it because I have had little to none faith as a child, and now that I'm adult and I parent myself, I can control my own faith. So I think that it impacted me by kind of like making me not care about religion. Yeah. But like Mia said,
Nice.
if I had like parents that like really were educated on religion and like didn't just say pray or like just go to church, then I like would have been cool. But like, yeah, okay.
You just
Yeah.
never.
Yeah. Okay. Was there ever a time in your childhood where you questioned your faith from what your parents taught you?
Yeah.
How so?
Like when I went to confession one time, the priest yelled at me.
For what?
I don't have to say that on here, do I?
No, you don't, but I'm just curious to know.
Mm, no, that's not for you. And I felt like we were always taught that that shouldn't have happened, like that God is very forgiving, and he made me feel like I wasn't going to be forgiven.
So you questioned your faith,
Yeah.
Mia?
That was a huge blow to the Catholic Church in my eyes because I felt like I was being judged.
Could you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, was there ever a time in your childhood where you questioned your faith from what your parents had taught you or what you taught yourself? Because, you know,
Was there ever a time where I questioned my faith? Mm, this is a hard question for me. I'm not really understanding how to answer it.
Like, have you
I
ever
can make some.
questioned, you know how when you were younger, you really were like into like Mormonism or like really into Catholicism, if that's a word? Did you ever
Yeah.
like question it?
Yeah, I questioned it because I think yeah.
Um, I definitely questioned my faith. Ever since I was a little kid, I would just feel like I'm praying to myself, and that's my headband. And when my dad died, I decided that God wasn't real. So, but then I changed. So now God is good because
Nice.
I had to learn for myself.
Nice.
Okay, next
Nice.
question. How much time has it been?
Probably about um 10 minutes.
Okay, well, the only person really that's seeing this is my professor and us. Okay, next question. Um, do you think that
What was that?
I'm saying the question right now? A bunch of people aren't gonna see this, just like my professor, I think. Okay,
It's not. It's breaking up.
well, you keep moving around.
Oh, there's more.
What?
What's wrong? It's breaking up.
I don't know. I don't think it's me.
I can't hear you guys.
Mom, you can't hear me because I'm on mute.
Well, these phone's breaking up.
Are you on your Wi-Fi?
Yeah, mine's fine. It's yours. Okay, I can hear you now. What was the question?
I haven't asked it yet.
Oh,
Okay, the next question is, do you think many people of your religious affiliation, or first of all, what is your religious affiliation if you have one?
I don't have a specific religion anymore. I just believe in God.
Okay.
But if I had to pick one, I would be Catholic.
I don't have a specific religion also. But if I did had to pick one, it would be Catholic as well.
Okay, I don't have I also don't have a religious affiliation because I don't really like organized religion. But if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Christian because out of Mormonism, Catholicism, and Christian, I like, well, I've honestly never been to a Christian church, but what I learned in school makes so much sense and makes me realize how much people don't really actually study or know anything about religion. They just are like zombies. So I'd probably choose Christian. Okay, do you think that many people,
Nice.
so we all have experiences in like multiple different religious affiliations, but do you think many people of your religious affiliation had a similar parenting style as you?
Definitely not. Well, there might have been a couple kids, but I think the people that go, and I don't know their backgrounds, but I think the people who are attending my church have a pretty authoritative or authoritarian parenting style. So just like the most positive, normal one.
Yeah, I agree. Like when we went to school in St. George, a lot of I think the kids like that went to church, they had like authoritarian or authoritative because their whole family would go to church like every week without a beat, or like go to like mutual. And
Yeah.
you think so, Mom?
Yeah.
We're just different.
And what are some of the things of like church that have really like um made you feel judged even if you had faith?
Like it in general or in the faith we're talking about
Um
or in the religion.
just in general or in the religion, either or.
Well, like being raised part Mormon, it was always like if you drank or smoked or had relations with males or females, you were judged for
Mhm.
sure.
And you drank, right? Smoked,
Yeah.
had
Yeah,
relations.
I did the whole nine.
I felt like um whenever I would go to a Mormon church, I always felt like I didn't belong there because I didn't really understand some things and I felt judged because other people that went to the Mormon church like they were very like they had knowledge all about it and I just didn't really know a lot of things.
Yeah. I would feel
Did the people know you were Mormon though? Because usually when they judge you, it's because they know you weren't or you were baptized and you were baptized. So do you think it's just because you like portrayed it that you didn't know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, yeah, I really didn't know like some things.
I would feel judged.
Like the
I
closing
mean,
prayer and
I feel judged and I felt judged and I still feel judged sometimes because like sorry. Anyways.
I think I'm not even gonna lie, like sometimes I would wear like if I mean I used to have pretty like I used to wear like really like the things I used to wear to church, like I sometimes felt judged by the people having come from like Catholic church where you can wear like jeans, you can wear whatever you want practically, but then going to like the Mormon church, like they don't play around with the dress code at all.
Yeah.
And like one time I wore this dress that was like not even like spaghetti straps, but just like had like a little bit of my shoulders open and I felt like I didn't belong.
I would say it was a really
See,
weird.
I didn't feel that way. I would always wear, I even wore spaghetti straps to church before and I didn't feel good. Because I guess it's because I didn't care. So I didn't really notice if I felt judged or not. But yeah.
Yeah, I felt judged or still feel judged sometimes because I'll question people about why they have their faith or how they think that their faith like came together, or how like you think the Book of Mormon was written, or how do you think the Bible was written, and people just say like not like correct answers, or they pretty much just are like because we know, because God is the truth, because this, because that. I'm like, well, there's really no thought process behind it. You just are believing everything you've been fed your whole life. So that doesn't even make no sense. Or like when I would like when I was younger and if people ask me like, oh, do you go to church? I'm like, yeah, I go to Mormon church sometimes or I go to Catholic church sometimes. It'd be like they'll like look at you downwards because you didn't go to one church all the time or I wasn't really strong. And those things made me feel like I wasn't like they didn't like me. So I didn't want to like them and I didn't want anything to do with religion. Um, Another question is, have you ever questioned your parenting styles given to you?
Yes, I have. But
Like,
I think I used to question my parenting styles given to me like probably like 2 years ago or like a year ago. My prime development years, like 17, 18. I think I was questioning my parenting styles or my parents' parenting styles.
mhm.
Other than that, like nowadays, I don't.
Have you ever taken a like a child psych class?
I,
Huh?
but like I've taken like child development, um, psychology.
You said you haven't?
That's it.
You said you haven't?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, they talk about it a lot in my first like child development class. And I had to like really question my whole life when I was in Texas.
Gosh.
I
Mom,
questioned
we're this
everything.
is
I was like, oh, there's different types of parenting styles. I was like, oh, what the heck? And then like you like or like you go to like your friend's house and like they go home and like they go eat dinner with their parents and then they're talking about like, oh, like what are you studying right now? Like and ask you questions about like what you're thinking about in your classes or like their opinions on it. Like I feel some type of way because like nobody ever asked me about my schooling or like what I'm learning or challenges me to like do like
I think grandpa
Grandpa did.
Grandpa Nelson.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not really like a complex thought process. It's kind of just like, what are you doing? And
What did you say?
it's not like really like a like complex conversation. It's kind of just like, oh, what are you doing? And then I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm learning this. And he's like, oh, I did that once, yada yada yada.
It felt like nobody was really like interested. I felt like that too from I don't think my mom ever like looked at my homework once.
Me either.
Mom, this is so good for you.
I know I never hear about your religious affiliations, Mom.
Oh.
We're all just a family of
Wait, Mom, are you baptized Mormon too?
Yeah. I got baptized Mormon after CE was born.
Oh, wow. Wait, why?
Because I just finally gave in. Your dad wanted me to.
But then didn't you guys separate shortly after?
Yeah, he was cheating on me the whole time and he baptized me.
Wait, he was the one who baptized you?
Yeah, he literally baptized me and he shouldn't have because he wasn't.
Oh
He
yeah, that's
wasn't.
also another thing that messed up my thought process growing up because I was like, okay, well, if you go to church, you're not supposed to drink or smoke or do anything like that. And I was like, but my dad was a missionary, but he'd be getting high all the time, and my mom be getting drunk all the time. So I was just so confused on like what my purpose was in God's eyes.
Yeah, I totally get that.
I honestly wish I could have the knowledge to remember my whole like childhood from when I was a baby.
You don't remember that much? I
No.
remember a lot. I remember like doing a
We
lot of,
don't need to go down memory lane.
it's a podcast.
Like I just wanted to see how crazy things were.
You would cry and grandma would go take you outside to the rocking chair and rock you.
Yeah, like every single person I see, they're like, "Oh my gosh, you used to cry when you were a baby."
Yeah, you would
That's
cry a lot.
because I was coping. That was my coping mechanism.
So, do you think that you guys are like strong in faith today? Or do you have a stable relationship with God today?
No, I didn't even pray in years until Josh was diagnosed with cancer.
I think for me, I don't have like what sorry, could you repeat the question? Because I had a really good answer.
Yeah, I said like, so after reviewing all that stuff, do you guys have like faith today or like a relationship with God
Mhm.
today?
I do, but not as strong as I'd like to. Like I feel like I'm holding on to what I've learned from like going to Catholic, going to Mormon, learning stuff on like through the internet and what I've gone through. But as I get older, I'd like to get into like religion and God. Like
Dude,
a
Christian stuff is pretty cool.
certain
What'd you say, Mom?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I didn't say. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you guys? Okay.
Yeah. I think I have a hella strong relationship with God now, and nobody needs to
I
know.
love that for you, Marley. I
Period.
seriously love that.
That is good. You need that.
Because you like went through that whole like atheist like vibe, and I hated that.
I don't frown upon that phase in my life
I didn't say you should.
There
because,
was a
like,
time. Oh,
okay,
go.
keep going, Mia.
No, go. Because I don't know where I was going with mine.
Because, like, I'll be learning in school, and they're talking about like how many people think like God, you pray to him and you just like ask him for stuff and they give it to you. And that's why like when my dad was dying, they were like, pray, pray, pray. And so then I did that. And then like that dude still died. And I was like, why the hell did you guys tell me to pray so much? I got so irritated. And then like
Yeah.
people at the funeral were like, I know that if your dad was stronger in the church, like he would have lived. I'm like, how the hell do you know that? So
Well,
then
that's stupid. That's
So
so dumb.
then, yeah, that was my journey of like being like deuces.
That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, but then I like learned at school like God isn't there to give you what you want. You just ask him for guidance and you ask him for to watch over you. You don't do
I do believe then what I struggle with is that God does have a plan and we don't we don't control it, and a lot of times his plan is painful, but we don't control those decisions.
Yeah, I'd be like, this plan sucks.
Yeah, but definitely the plan this year is not in our favor.
I'd be like, this plan is crazy. This one right here is a crazy one. Um, okay, well, thanks for coming to my podcast. Wait, but stay on. I'm just gonna stop recording. And thank you for
Is
asking.
that it?
Yeah.
Oh. Thought we had more questions.